It's Week 16 of the National Football League. And coming up, we'll see this team's versatile running back. He'll be a focal point of his offense this week. Who knows what we're in store for here? And it's coming up next on EA Sports.
Thank you to Trey Mosley for the introduction. We are indeed excited to welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The rain started earlier today. It hasn't let up much. It is going to be a wet one. Glad you're with us, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson. Nice and dry here in the booth, but Greg, you've been down on the field and played in one of these sloppy, wet, rainy games. What is it like?
Well, it depends what position you play. For the offensive defensive linemen, they love it. It's a little bit slower. The defense is a little bit slower to react to the ball. A lot more runs, less pass protection. So for them, they're thrilled. But for anybody who...
All right, we're just about set for football. The crowd is definitely ready. So are we. Off we go on EA Sports. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. Now the return man is a bit slow getting up after that kick. Athletic training staff's going to take a look, but this is a problem late in the season. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. They'll run with the rookie from Auburn. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
And he'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line.
This is a great example, Mike, of just how effective it is when you're efficient on early downs throwing the ball. I mean, when you can pick up first downs without getting to 3rd down, as the game unfolds, things just get easier and easier. Take what the defense is giving you. Don't force the ball downfield. But when you can stay ahead of the chains without having to get to 3rd and have it plays, that's when an offense is really firing.
A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. A pickup of 12 yards. And that will be a 1st down.
This is how you draw up your opening possession when you're on the road. The longer the drive goes, the quieter the crowd gets. Continue to mix in that run game. Let's see if they can finish off by putting this ball in the end zone.
His throw on 1st down is going to be incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
7th play of this opening drive, and here's 3rd down. Trying to pick this one up on the ground. That's a gain of 16 yards, and it sets up 1st and goal.
Well, if this opening drive is any indication of how the rest of this game's going to go, it seems this offense is going to be pretty content keeping the ball on the ground. A lot of success here early. Now it sets up 1st and goal.
Great chance to make an early statement here on the road. It is 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. Good blocking, and he's in. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Point after try forthcoming. No problem with the footing. The kick is good. And the visitors will take a 7-0 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. They'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. This crowd ready in anticipation. Their offense taking the field for the first time. They are led out by a man who's done this now for a long time. Their veteran quarterback.
And while I don't think that stat line last week had him up for any sort of awards, if I had to guess, he'd much rather have a modest game and a win as opposed to throwing for a bunch of touchdowns in a loss. The biggest thing that he did, Mike, he took care of the ball. So as long as he continues to do that, they're going to have a chance to keep on winning.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Smith. Throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete.
A little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot. These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The visitors' offense and their running back set to go once more. And they love to find different ways to get him the football. Look there. He comes into this week 2nd in the NFL in receiving yards out of the backfield. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. And he'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line. So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. Now a give up the middle. Well, that looked like a pretty clear hold. The gain was 5, but let's check the call. They'll look to throw. Got a man left side. It's caught. And he will take this one in. 74 yards. It's a touchdown. They get the job done in the air. Greg, that is a play we see often. It's also a play we see work very often.
Mike, that 4 vertical route, it puts a ton of pressure on the secondary. But in order to do that, you have to give your quarterback time for those receivers to get downfield. Give credit to the offensive line. That's exactly what they did. They're able to take advantage for the strike.
The extra point is good. And the visitors move out on top, 14-0. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And this defense has to be searching for answers right now. It's been his ability to make plays on the ground here in the first half that has really given them fits. 2nd down and 8. They'll stick with him again. He'll pop this ahead for about 4, but it will set up 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Open man, left side. He's got it. And great determination as he gets forward and picks up the 1st down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback. Getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
2nd and a yard. Throwing now from the gun. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Now they'll set up to throw. And he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a sack and a loss of a couple.
Really nice start for this defense here early through the first quarter. 2 different players each recording a sack. Offensive line's going to have to get together on the sideline with their coach and identify where's the weakness in our protection. How can we get extra bodies and extra attention? Because we still got a long way to go in this one.
The visitors' offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. And what a start he's off to. You don't want to start prorating numbers out for 4 quarters, but fair to say, this defense is going to have to find some way to slow him down. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. Going back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. 3rd and 6. Back to throw. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
Finally, this defense has been searching for a big play after giving up 2 touchdowns on the previous 2 drives. They're going to need more of that. They have to find more impactful plays that end drives and get the ball back to their offense.
And now the punting unit will come on. As this drive went backwards, he's on to kick it away. This returnable from inside his own 40. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The home team's offense back onto the field as you take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And things starting to take shape here. 3 weeks left of the regular season. Teams making that final push for postseason berths. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Here's a toss as they look to run. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down and this quarterback's paying the price for it.
We are through 1. Plenty of scoring already. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. Here's their punter now as this drive quickly stalled out, so he's on to punt it away. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The visitors' offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. As we give you a look at the league's leaders in receiving touchdowns, you can see he's 2nd best among NFL running backs at this point in the year. They'll begin here on the ground. And nothing doing on that one. He'll go down behind the line.
Well, there hasn't been a whole lot for this crowd to be excited about on either side of the ball, but at least now the defense is trying to be that spark. Nice tackle for loss there. Can they do something to build upon to try to get this team going?
Well, that helps. It's going to be a much more manageable third down, getting some good yardage on that second down play. This is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down. Here's the punter now, as he's on to punt for the second straight drive. This one fielded out beyond the 25. The home team's offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part, so once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
They'll run on 2nd down. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he will work this down inside the 40. That's going to be good enough to move the chains. 1st down.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst, they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line.
Well, here he is just taking over this drive from the running back spot. And frankly, Mike, any time the secondary and defensive backs are making a lot of tackles downfield, you know the offensive line's doing their job up front, and we can see the results.
Quick throw, taken in, and he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Here's 2nd and 2.
At the 17-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Now a 3rd and 2. On play action, he'll set up to throw. And he's going to have the 1st down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
Now they're entering the area of the field, especially with the amount of yards they've gained on this possession, Mike, where it feels like a touchdown is critical. For the defense, settling for a field goal here, especially with the ball where it is, feels like a win.
And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. They'll run it on the inside handoff. And he'll take this ahead for a gain of about 5, and here comes 3rd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 2.
And that is incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day.
And he will dive into the end zone. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
The extra point is up and through. And his guys are on the board. It's now 14-7. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. This drive will start on the ground. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. They'll try to get this one on the ground. And he's not going to get the 1st down. Met and brought down in the backfield on 3rd and short. They do not get it done.
The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown. You're thinking 1st down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up 4th down.
Oh, but he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. This offense ready for their next possession, led by their running back. 1st and 10. Now a give on the ground, and nothing cooking on that one. He'll be met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
And you'll get them 5 yards closer, but now 3rd down coming up.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 7.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Oh, and that throw not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looked like he may have got a little ahead of himself there. And it's going to bring up 4th down. On comes the punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Now the return, and it'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Quick throw, out wide. It's caught.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
16-yard pickup on that one. That's enough for a 1st down.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way,
and he's into the end zone.
We're seeing this so much all across the NFL, Mike, is the value placed on a receiver being able to turn into a runner after they're able to secure the catch. And sometimes it's easier said than done. But if you want to survive in this league as a wide receiver, you have to be able to make plays like this after the catch. And great job there by the quarterback being accurate, and great job by the receiver running after he makes the catch.
The extra point, up and good. And the visitors will take a 21-7 lead. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The home team's offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. Now this offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining here in half number 1. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 77 yards. It is a touchdown. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. So now this team's offense can see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Fires quickly. It is complete on the slant. Now this offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half. Open man, the tight end, straight down the field. And he's going to be taken down at the 30-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. He'll throw it left and has his running back. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Now the offense will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in half number 1. 2nd down and 3. Tight end on the move left. They'll look to throw yet again. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball.
Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down. So we have reached halftime with these two teams separated by a touchdown. As we're off to Orlando, going to check in with Jonathan Coachman, who's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in... We saw a couple of high-octane offenses getting it done in the first half. Both teams had no problems moving the football. And you'd have to think, the team whose defense shows up in the second half is going to be the one who walks out of here with a victory.
We get back underway in the second half. Now an opening past the 30. And this will wind up working out well. He's going to take it up to the 40-yard line. Good return. So now, out comes the offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once again. And he's been a nightmare for defenses trying to contain him all year. The NFL's leader in rushing yards at the quarterback position. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
When you can win so fast as an edge rusher, you put so much pressure on the quarterback to speed everything up. He can sense that pressure coming either from his front or back side. It either speeds up and leads to an errant throw, or in this case, it leads to a sack.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From out of the gun, he'll throw. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
Oh, what a throw. Slinging it across his body and complete. And how about that? 3rd and a mile. And they convert and pick up a first down.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
It's first down, and they'll run. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's 2nd and 6. Handoff here, up the middle. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Athletic training staff's going to take a look, but this is a problem late in the season. On 3rd down, they'll try to get it on the ground, and he's going to have the first down. They'll mark him at the 29, but it's a new set of downs. First down picked up. Tight end, the motion man to the right. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Off he goes. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and
this time the rush gets home, and down he goes.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
So after surrendering their 6th sack of the game, I looked down on the sideline, Mike, and found their offensive line coach. He grabbed his headset, removed it, and he slammed it on the ground. And truthfully, I don't blame him. His unit has been getting worked up front all day in pass protection. And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
The offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
He's going to let this one go deep, and that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. 17 yards on that play, and that will be a 1st down.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and that's exactly how they're able to pick up this big gain.
They'll look to throw. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the 2nd phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
This team's offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. And, look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
So, 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll stay on the ground. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Up the middle they go. And this rough day on the ground continues. They're going to drop him behind the line again. 3rd and 9.
Loss of 2 yards. It's 3rd and 9.
He'll try to run for it. Give him 11 on the scramble and give them a new set of downs.
Anytime the quarterback has the ability to extend the play with his legs, it just puts so much pressure on the defense. Here you are thinking you have all the routes manned up, there's nowhere to go with the ball, and next thing you know, he breaks the pocket, and he's able to pick up the 1st down. You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
Oh, trying to set up the screen, but that is going to fall incomplete.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
On 3rd down, they'll set up. Oh, they are on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. But somehow it comes right back to him.
And man, does he dodge a bullet right there, Mike. on that sack. He's fortunate that ball bounced right back to him, and he's able to recover it and keep possession for his team.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. This offense and their running back heading back on the field. And you have to imagine the defense is saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the third quarter. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. He's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. He'll look to throw. Quickly to the outside and complete.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
And he slips through an opening. Winds up getting about 8. That is past the 40-yard line. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. He'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Now, faking the give. Now, he'll air one out. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. We're about ready now for the punt as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. And he'll get a few yards on this return up past the 15-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10. A handoff as they try to run it here. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Now a handoff running right. And he'll be taken down just shy of the 30, but that is good enough for a first down.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
He runs with it. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
This is an element to his game that we don't necessarily spend a lot of time talking about. He's not known as a traditional runner at the quarterback position. But when he has some space like he had here, he is more than capable of not only converting first downs, but picking up big chunk plays.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. Back to throw. Quick throw here is complete. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Remember this one thing, Mike. It is not how well or how often you run the ball in the NFL. It's when do you run the ball well in the NFL? And I think that's what a lot of these offensive play callers are starting to realize. Can you run the ball well in critical moments of the game? More important.
And they get to him and finally bring him down. It will go down as a sack.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up second and 11 at the 29-yard line.
They'll turn and hand this one off. And he'll get maybe about 4 yards out of that one. The lane closed quickly. And here comes third down. On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
I see a lot of tired legs out there on both sides of the field, Mike. Looks like this pass rush has found a little bit of a second wind. They come away with a big-time sack, and it brings up fourth down.
And this one, right down the middle. It's good. Well, every bit helps as they draw just a little bit closer.
Anytime you find yourself kicking in these elements, Mike, you just can't take anything for granted, especially when it comes to your plant foot. Your balance, your control, your footing. It's so important. And give credit, he does a great job here able to put that one through.
First down and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 36. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up second and 5. He'll drop to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down. Going back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here.
At this stage in the fourth quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
Now they'll set up to throw. He'll go left side here and complete this one. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
On second down, they'll run. And it doesn't appear that he got to that first down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up third down. Now this defense will use the first of their timeouts. This crowd into it now as we get to third down. They'll throw out of the gun. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. The defense uses its second timeout here, and don't forget, clock going to stop when we hit the 2-minute warning as well. Set to go now on first and 10. The ball's out. One of his teammates there to take it back in. And third and final timeout taken by the defense, so the 2-minute warning, the only clock stoppage they have left. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really
the pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack. So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. So it's fourth down. They'll call on the punt team as they are forced to kick for the 6th time today. That's going to be out of bounds, no return, and the drive's going to start just inside the 20-yard line. This is 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Now, a big 3rd down. Quick throw, taken in, and he looks to be a bit short of the line. And that is going to bring up 4th down. And he's going to go down. The pressure, once again, too much. And that should wrap this one up.
And it all came down to that play. The offense finds themselves trailing, all out of their timeouts. The defense knew they were one stop away from ending this game, and they came up big when their team needed it.
Here's 1st and 10. The defense still with all 3 timeouts at their disposal as the quarterback's down to a knee. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So it's a win for our visitors. And it is a season sweep for them. They defeat their division rivals for the 2nd time this year. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone.